Okay, in this video, I'm going to solve problems 1 through 12 in the percent review assignment in Google Classroom. So first problem's here. To write each decimal as a percent, all you do is physically take the decimal and move it 2 places over. So this would be 34. And since the decimal's after the last digit, you don't need it. So it's just 34%. Same thing. Let's move the decimal 1, 2, and that would be 5%. Move the decimal over 1, 2. Sorry, that's hard. And this would be 0.625%. And it's proper to, before the decimal, put a 0 as well. And then on this one, it's 1, 2. And when there's no digit, when there's no digit up there, you add a 0 as a placeholder. So it's 350%. So those are the first ones. And then it says write each decimal and reduce fraction as a decimal and reduce fraction. So to change it back, we put a decimal after the last digit and we move over 1, 2. So we go back in that direction. So this would be 0.21. And then to write it as a fraction, I'm going to write it underneath. It'd be 21 over 100. And then you could see if you could find any common factors and reduce that fraction. Number 6, put a decimal after the last digit. 1, 2 would be 0.15. We keep going. Decimal after the last digit, 1, 2. After the last digit, you go 1, 2. So it's in between 6.5. And then the last one, since the decimal is already there, you just take it and you move 1, 2. And since there is no digit there, it's going to be 0.008, right? Because this would be a 0. And it's proper again in front of the first decimal to put a 0. And then these last ones, say write them as decimals and fractions. So a trick is to change this to a fraction over 100. So you can multiply by 10 over 10, and that would get you 30 over 100, which would be 0.30. So those are your answers there. 31 over 50. 50 times 2 is going to get you 100. So times 2 over 2 would get you your answer. 25, I know that's going to be times 4 over 4. And you could go ahead and do those as well. And then 25 over 60, that's the last one. You can actually go ahead and plug in 25 divided by 60 on a calculator. And you will get 0.416666 and so on. So we're going to round that to 0.417 as your decimal. And then that would be 41.7%. So anytime you have a fraction, you could always take the top and divide by the bottom to get your decimal, and then just move over the decimal 2 places, right, from here, and write your percent. So that's how you solve this first section.